Hello everyone. So in this lecture, what we'll do is we'll change our input actions. We are using the legacy version of our inputs in our third person character. And now with Unreal Engine 5, they have changed into the enhanced input, right? In 5.0, it wasn't actually enabled by default, so I didn't actually uh, didn't start with it. So now with 5.3, the system is already, the plugin is already embedded to the Unreal Engine base. So now we will actually change our code base to that one as well. So let us go ahead and yeah, um, change our input system. So the first thing, I'll go into the HAW folder first, and over here I'll create a new folder. I'll call this input. Over here, if you right click, and there will be a new tab over here, the input tab. And inside here, the first thing you will require is the input mapping context. I'll call it IMC underscore horror for our horror game. And now if you see, it actually has all the mappings like the legacy version over here. Now it gives me an error because I left it empty over there. So what you need to do is, again, go to the input tab and create an input action. I'll call this input action move. Okay. I'll create a new folder inside this input folder, and I'll call this the action, and I'll move all the actions over here. So in our inside IA underscore move, we don't actually need to do anything over here except changing the value type to axis 2D. Now if we go back over here, I can add this over here, and inside I can actually create uh, 4 over here with the WS A and B. So I have 4 over here. So W and S means the y-axis, right? Um, which is this one. This would be the y-axis, and this is the x-axis. Now this is the positive x, this is the negative, positive y, and negative y. Yeah. So specifically, W and S comes under the y-axis. So for that, if you go into modifiers, there's something over here called the swizzle input axis value. So if you put your mouse over here, you will see useful to map a 1D input onto the y-axis of a 2D action. So like I said, WASD is basically a 2D axis, right? Like this. But if you want to map something to the y-axis, you can specify it by using this swizzle input axis values. So I'll add it over here. Now this is the positive, so I don't have to add anything. But in the S, I have to specify this is the y axis, but this is the negative of it. So negate from it. Again, A is this part. So negative of x, right? So again, over here, I'll use the modifier to specify negate, and for D, I don't actually have to do anything. And now, same thing. I'll go to the third person over here, and I can actually make it apply or use the input actions over here. But what I'll do is I won't actually do it over here. Instead, I'll go to the HOR folder, and under components, I will create a new component. Sorry, not a folder. I'll create a new blueprint class, and I'll call it actor component. And this will be underscore input component. Okay. Now this will actually store, sorry about that. This will actually call our all our input actions. Okay, so over here, what I'll do is I'll get the player controller, and um, since this is a single player, I'll directly call the actually one thing about get player controller is get player controller whenever it calls for the zero, even in multiplayer, right? Zero is basically your own controller. So even in multiplayer, if you call this, the zero will always get your controller, okay? Not the other player's controllers. So zero is always you, even in server, okay? Um, so what I'll do is I will not cast it, obviously. I'll get the enhanced um input local player subsystem, and from here I will call the mm, uh, what was it? I forgot. Add mapping context. Yeah, I need to call that one. And before this, always check if your player controller is valid, right? And always again, it's important we create a function. Uh, we'll call this initialize input system. Okay, it is valid. Only then call this one, and from here we do a return. Okay, and this return will be is valid. Okay, no, so this one will be a valid and this one will be not valid one. Now I'll go to the event graph. I'll initialize it over here. If it is not valid, I'll add a delay of once again, and I'll call this system again. Now, yeah, now actually you can have it on sequences. It's up to you. So the first one will obviously call the input system and initialize it properly. If it's not valid, then call it back again, right? Um, wait, yeah, it's valid. So I'll get rid of the tick now. I don't need it. So IA move, sorry, move. Where is mhm, IA move over there? And now we can actually like get the same functionalities, event graph, move forward and backward, same thing. Um, that is the yeah. This is the WASD. So Y is the WASD and X is left and right. So which is this one, right? So this this one should be correct. Let's see. Let's test it out. Also right. It's not the pawn. So we'll get the owner and we'll get the instigator and obviously from it call it same thing over here as well. Now play. Now WASD does nothing. So that is because I have not added it over here. So AC input component, compile save. Now WASD, I can move. I can still look around because I did not detach it from over here, the mouse, right? And obviously the jump, I can still jump. So let's make those as well. So mm, over here we have the instigator. So I'll do something. In our last video, I had not added it to the base pickup and I actually forgot to add it when I said I'll come back to it. Where was it? Mm, mhm, right. Over here. Yeah. To the instigator. I totally forgot about that, and that is how you will put in the instigator over there. Now let's go back to our input. Another thing, you know what I'll do? I just hit it like this. So X comes first. So I'll have it over here. And then I'll have Y below. Actually, yeah, that would be perfect. Yeah, sorry about that. Taking up time. Now, let's go back to the action. I'll create input action. I'll call this IA underscore look. That would be the mouse. Again, this one will be axis 2D. And in the mappings over here, I'll call the IA look. And this one actually, yeah, this one will be mouse XY 2D. Now, this is already specified as 2D, right? Mouse XY. So in the modifiers, I just need to specify the thing that I need to negate, and that would be I only want to negate the Y, right? So this is already XY, so only XY would be valid, and I want to negate which one? The Y. That's it. Um, because if you remember, in the legacy version, we put -1 on the y-axis. So basically does the same thing. It just negates the inverses the y. So I'll call the IA underscore look, and over here I will just copy paste the code, the right and the left. Yeah. So I'll just show you now. If I play, I can no longer move anything with my mouse. Okay. Yeah. So mm, this was not equal to 0. Do this. I don't really need this. Or probably won't add it. That's it. And for the y, equal to y. Control location, get one, the instigator is right. So this is very specific to the head. Did you actually require the head from this one? I'll have to check actually if I need this anymore. Yeah, I can't move up and down. I can move sidewise, right? Um, right. I did not put in the y value over here. Yeah, I no longer need that, right? So yeah, this was an old code that we're using. We no longer need it. I'll just keep it as is for now. And now that is done. Now again, interaction mapping is back where it is. There were a few more codes. Mm, Gamepad will come to gamepads later on. I'll do a different part of the video again. Jump, jump, jump. Do we need jump for now? Let's do it. So for jump again, we'll do input action, IA underscore jump. Now this would be a bull, digital bull, because it's not an axis event, right? This is an action event. And over here, I'll just add a new one, and this would be jump, and this is basically spacebar. That's it. Nothing, no modifiers needed. So IA jump. Actually, it would require jump from the character itself, right? Uh, so um, actually, yeah, it requires a character. So only from here I can actually call it jump. Component by class, movement component. Can I get it from jump? Is there? No. So only on the character class. So yeah, on started and on completed, I would want to stop jumping. So that's there. Let's go ahead, try it, and there you go. I can press space and he jumps. That's a weird ass jump, but it is what it is, right? So yeah, jump works as well. And what else did we need? I'll get actually yeah. I needed to delete it first. Now yeah, check. Jump's working still. So that is good from our side. Even graph is clear. Now let's move to the action. Now we have the pistol, flashlight, and pickup. So let's go ahead, create for those as well. Input, input action, IA underscore pistol. Again, bull, because it's an action event. And this was one. Actually, let me create a few of these because all of these will be bulls, so they don't make much of a difference. Flashlight and IA interact. Okay. So I just duplicated all of those. Yeah. Just so you know. And the shortcut is Control plus D. Okay. So next we have where we yeah, my bad. Pistol was done. Flashlight. And the next one, the last one was interact. Okay. So flashlight was F and interact was E. Okay. Um. Okay. So it's good enough. So now over here we'll have the IA interact, and on the third person pickup will actually have a pickup reference in our character. So what I'll do is I will actually have a reference to our character over here on begin play. So I'll cast it to our character as to actually that is our third person character. Promote it to a variable. Okay, that's it. Now over here, what I can do is I'll just add it like this, so I don't cause any issues. Over here, same mm, convert welded get. So placed and released, begin and cancel pickup. So same thing. We'll get a pickup reference. So started would be our begin pickup message, and yeah, begin pickup, and that would be cancel pickup, right? On completed, we will cancel our pickup. And this is done. And another thing, I mean, these are the same thing. So what I'll do is I'll collapse this to a function. Um, get pickup reference. I prefer to keep my codes clean if possible, so that's what I'm gonna do. On completed again, do the same thing. Um, right. So the next is the AI flashlight. So third person, we call the AC inventory item and equip items, right? So really simple. I'll get these so I don't have to type them. So get the IA pistol as well. So we'll get the owner. We'll make sure it has the component by class and it is valid. Now what I'll do is I'll create a function out of this as well and get component reference. Now over here I'll go in. What I'll do is I will make this as a exposed variable, so as the input for the function. So what I can do is I can actually like put in any component I want to check it, and then um, return if it's a valid and obviously like it will be a again boolean. Valid is not valid will return or false, right? So again it's better to do this. uh, oh my god, sorry. Is valid, there's a boolean over here directly, so just call that. So yeah, um, again same thing over here, right? Is valid. Go with this. Actually, yeah, I need the check before this, so I'll keep it. Okay, I need the check over here before calling that function, so I'll just keep it. But for this one, component ref, I can still use it. So and this can be a pure function. So inventory item, is it valid? It is. Then equip item. Same thing over here. Started. Is it valid? Go over here. Flashlight, right? So again, this also has to return the component itself. Mm, comp reference and over here. Um, right. So right, might have not been the best idea with this one, right? Because whatever the function is, it will return a actor component, right? So then again, I'll have to cast it, which makes no sense again. So yeah, sorry about this. Didn't think this through. So yeah, I'll just have it the old-fashioned way. Make a is valid started. If it is, then now what's wrong with this? Mm, AC inventory, right? Inventory item. Yeah. So I just need these three. Same thing over here. Is valid. Flashlight. Now take this and pick up this one. Press 1 and press F. I have the flashlight, which is perfect. Seems good. Now, how to access basically is not valid or pending. Yeah, even wait. Why did I? Okay, so is valid. Get that right. So see, press 1 gun and press F flashlight. Close. Yeah, no errors. Okay, so that was the error. Sorry, my bad. So it got actually the return node was connected to the is not valid from the third person. So yeah, my bad. Uh, and the third person. Okay, I need to delete these as well from here, and let's try that once again. Press E to pick up. E to pick up. Press F is pistol. One is flashlight. Wow, did I mess up? I messed up, didn't I? Flashlight is, yeah, my bad. Okay, let's check again. I press F, nothing. I press 1, nothing. I pick up the pistol, press F, nothing. 1. Okay. We only equip it, we don't unequip it if it's the same button, right? Not yet. And if it is the flashlight, I press F, it's the flashlight. Press 1 is the pistol. F, flashlight again. Okay. So that is good. So now again, and this is actually getting um way lengthy for this video. So what I'll do is I'll end it over here, and that was all the enhanced input things that we had to do. And in the next part, what I'll do is I'll add back the UI for the interaction, and also add a new function to actually like dynamically show which button or which key it should be actually like showing in the UI. Okay, so we'll cover that in the next lecture. So thank you guys, and I will see you in the next one.